Hey, what's going on, YouTube? It's Jamon, and tonight we've got a different kind of video for you guys. So first of all, thank you for everybody that subbed to the channel for our 1,000 sub giveaway. We just did the review on the LeBron 20s, the All-Stars. You guys have been supporting that video, and I'm very thankful for it. We're on the way to 1,000, and when we get to 1,000, man, one of y'all is going to get a pair of Air Jordan 1 highs shipped directly from me to you on the house for supporting the channel, man. That's the only way I can say thanks. But look, this is a different kind of video. We always talk about sneakers on this channel. It's the first time I've ever did anything. For you guys that don't know, I'm a tech nerd. I grew up playing video games, Atari, Super Nintendo, big on PlayStation, Xbox, Switch. I'm not one of those guys that beat the other systems up. Can't we all just get along, right? I'm in it for the games. And I'll just tell you this. The PSVR2 dropped today, and your boy had to pick it up. We're going to talk about some of the pros and the cons, and we're going to unbox it here. We're also going to compare it to the PSVR1 that I have sitting right here. But yeah, so I've got this slip right here. It was sent to me today. It released today. This package is the Call of the Mountain version of the VR2. This is the bundle pack, so I'm going to let you guys take a quick look. My son's going to zoom in here and get some good pictures of the front of the box. Here is the side of the box right here. And then here's the back of the box. Now, we're going to go over some of the details, such as this being in 4K visual, also HDR. This guy has a lot of tech power to it. It's OLED screens. But we'll get all into all of that in a minute. Here's the other side, just in case you guys are wondering. But let's go ahead and unbox this bad boy. Well, I'll tell you what, before we do, let me read off some of this information that's on the back of the box here that I like, and then some of the things that I don't like, and then we'll take a look at it itself. Okay, so starting off, let's talk about the price. The price of the original PlayStation VR2 is only $549. Now, I did say is only on purpose because you guys are like, that's too high. It is too high. The PlayStation 5 itself, I think, is only $499. So it's roughly $100 more than the actual PlayStation 5 itself. So, but here's the thing. I live life once. My kids love the VR. I love the VR. So we're in it. We're in it to win it. And I bought this package. This package right here, the bundle pack, is $599.99. Comes out to about $650. So yeah, a lot of money. I agree with y'all on that. Wait for the price to come down if you're not a tech nerd like me, and you got to have it. I had to have it day one. I can't wait to plug this thing in and really get to town on these Dino bots in Horizon. I don't know if y'all played Zero Dawn and Forbidden West, but I love it. Let me read off some other things to you guys. So it is 4K. It's HDR enabled, and I'm looking at the back of the box here. It does have an OLED screen, 2000 by 2040 per eye. It also has a 110 degree field of vision. Now, the PSVR1 had a 100 degree field of vision. So you might say, what's the extra 10 degree of vision do? It's huge. Okay, it's gonna be a lot more than what the the PSVR had to offer. The other cool thing about this is it actually has built-in trackers for your eyeballs, man. How cool is that? So essentially what you can do is it scans your eyes for the room, okay? But then you can also, according to what I've read on this thing, and we're gonna try it out, you can actually move your eyes and it tracks your eye movement to menus, so you can select options for menus with your eyeballs. How cool is that? Again, I'm geeking out over here because this is some cool stuff. Another big thing, another big difference. So with the PSVR1, you had the Move controllers, right? So it's kind of like playing the Switch or something, or the Nintendo Wii. With this bad boy right here, you get the DualSense adaptive triggers with the haptic feedback. And not only that, but it has haptic feedback in the actual head portion of it. So if you get shot in Call of Duty in the head, you're going to feel it, right? I can't wait to try that out. I think it's going to be really cool. It really is immersive. Just having for you guys that have a PlayStation 5, the immersion that the haptic feedback controllers provides is like no other system. I really think Sony hit it out of the park when they designed those controllers. Now they've incorporated it into VR. Okay, so that's some of the things that I do like. What do I not like? Number one, the price. I'm with you guys. The price is way too high. So again, if you don't need it right now, wait for a price drop. It's inevitable, though it may be a couple of years before that happens. It still has a cable. This bad boy right here, the PlayStation VR, the original one had like 6 cables that you had to plug in. It was a pain in the butt. I really hated hooking it up and all of that. I did not like it at all. This one right here is a plug and play. It's one cable. I wish it didn't have a cable, but the processing is so high in this thing, it comes straight from the PlayStation 5. So it does have that cable, that USB cable that you have to plug in. It's only one. No physical buttons. I read this too. No physical buttons to adjust the volume. So I'm really, after we do the review, like I said, I'm going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. But after we do the actual, we're going to hook it up and play it. I'll let you guys know about how the volume is on this. It's something that I'm not really digging it if I can't turn the volume up and down. And I don't know if the headset, you know, I have the Sony headset. I don't know if it's going to work either. So we'll find that out. And another thing, the battery life. So the battery life on this bad boy is 4 to 5 hours from what I've read. And I'll tell you, I say I don't like it, but I don't mind it either, because to be honest with you, I don't think I'm going to sit in one session and play the PlayStation VR2 for 4 hours. More probably like 30 minutes to an hour tops. So I don't really mind that, but yeah, that's just some of the things that I wanted to talk about. Now let's get to the fun part. Let's unbox this bad boy right here. We're going to cut it open for the first time together, and we're going to take a look at it. So here we go. Are y'all ready? Let's do this. So I'm going to start right here. All right, let's just sit this bad boy down and do it this way. Let's see what we got in the PlayStation VR2 Consumer Edition. This is the non-pro edition. So right off the bat, as I open the box up, you do have a PS symbol there, a white box, okay? Let's go ahead and get this box out and see what we got. Actually, the box just comes open here. So I'm going to spin this guy around so that you all can see what we're doing here. So there it is, guys. There's the inside of your box right there as you unbox the PlayStation VR2. Now, let's go ahead and take this out. So we have this box here, which we'll open in a moment. We have the haptic feedback controllers right here. Okay, we'll take a look at those too. I'm just going to go ahead and get everything out of the box, and then we'll unwrap it, and we'll take a closer look at how all of this stuff comes together. So this is it. Let's get this. As you can see here, everything is out of the box. There's nothing left. So let's close this bad boy up and get it out of the way. And again, I'm going to break out the original PlayStation VR just so you can see a combination of the design between the two. And then we're going to hook it up and we're going to play it. Check it out. I know my son can't wait for that, and I can't either. But yeah, so here we go. So first of all, let's take a look at what's in this box right here. Okay, so as we unbox this, okay, so first off, we have our game. Okay, there is the game that it came with, Horizon Call of the Mountain. I can't wait to play it and shoot some Dinobots, man. I love the Horizon series, by the way. I think it's awesome. It's a shame that Forbidden West came out the same time that Elden Ring did, because it kind of got swept under the rug, and it was a fantastic game. Also inside the box, you do have your instruction manual right here. So a nice pamphlet if you want to read through it and check out all of the good stuff that the PSVR2 can do. You've got your pamphlet in there. Next up, you do have... Okay, so you do have a set of headphones here that come with it. And it looks like this ties directly into the VR based on the shape of this ring here. So I'm assuming that this plugs into the VR, and then of course you've got your earbuds here for your sound. It does come with some adjustable ear things, whatever you want to call them, you know, if your ear is big or small or whatever. Here is your USB. It looks like a C to B plug. It could be C to A. You guys correct me where I'm wrong, but there is your USB. All right, now let's take a look at the adaptive haptic DualSense motion controllers here for the VR. All right, guys, here you go. So that is the design of the controller. Okay, you do have your joystick here. You have an X and an O. You have a right trigger here. You have a right trigger here, okay? So there's how you hold the PSVR2 controller. I love this a lot better than the Move. It feels comfortable. I like the button placement there, the button placement here, and then your 0 and your X right there. So you do have your PlayStation button here in the center. Beautiful controller, beautiful design, and much, much better than the Move controller. So can't wait to see how these guys work out when we hook them up. And then finally, last but not least, the actual headset itself. So here it is, guys. Here is the actual headset itself. Again, 4K HDR enabled, 110 degree vision right there. All right. That's it. I will say it's much lighter than the PSVR. Very much so light. And you don't have the big strap over the top. You do have this knob in the back right here for adjusting, you know, the tightness of the VR. And then again, right here on the front, there's the 4 cameras. So the other model did not have these cameras. These cameras sensor the room, and from what I understand, it can pick up pets that are walking around. It can pick up leftovers on your coffee table that you don't want to knock over. This thing is awesome. I mean, I was reading up on the other tech, you know, that's out there. Oh, and just one thing, here's your power button here, and you do have this for your field of view and for your focus as well. But yeah, they said that this right here is really groundbreaking as far as VR, especially for consoles, and that it beats like some of your $1,500, they like the GR or G2. Basically, with as far as its tech specs go, it actually beats those. So that's it. We've got the controller here. We've got the VR headset. We've got our game. I did tell you guys that we would take a look at how this thing looks against the actual old VR. So let me grab that out of the box real quick. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and go on. We'll take a quick break and then we'll come back to it and I'll show you guys. All right, so we're back. It took me a minute to get that out of the box. That thing is extreme, the PSVR, the regular one, okay? By the way, this is how the original one looked. Look at all of the wires on that. Look at, I mean, sorry. Look at all the wires on this compared to this. This is what I was talking about. You have one wire compared to that jungle gym of a mess right there for the regular VR. And not only that, but this thing weighs an absolute ton compared to this. This thing is light. This guy feels like it weighs like 5 pounds. So this is your original VR and this is your new VR. I just wanted to show you guys because for those of y'all that say, you know, it's not worth it. If you're a VR junkie like we are here in the family, it's totally worth it. This thing is outdated. It's old, it's clunky, and welcome to the new age, baby. We're here. And so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in, we're gonna hook it up, we're gonna play it for a little bit. I don't know how to do a review in VR, like showing you the game. I could show you the TV, but basically we're gonna hook it up, we're gonna play it. I'm gonna let you guys know how it is, and then I'll give my final review.
Filling with machines.
Sun goddess eat them in the shadow to find out why.
You and the Rod have lost your minds.
Hey, you can't blame a Rod. It's heading towards Twin's grasp.
It's headed towards us.
Did you just grab that arrow?
Is Watcher still following us?
Stick to the key side before we find out.
You've got it in your hand. You grabbed it out of the pot.
Sun shines upon the earth.
door. The dawn's grasp is on the other side of it. Do we go there or make a break for it? No, I'm not a criminal. I go to Dawn's grasp, see what Laura wants.
All right, you guys. So here it is, the final review and the rating of the PSVR2. Now, let's talk about the setup first. So the setup is very simple. You plug in the cord, you're ready to go. Now, it did have a firmware update when I powered it on, but that was fine. The controllers had to charge as well. Took about 30 minutes or so. But Horizon was downloading anyway, so no big deal. We did play Horizon Call of the Mountain, and we played football on this. I do have Gran Turismo 7 VR that we'll be playing on it as well. If you guys like this kind of content, let me know, and I'll start mixing in with my sneaker reviews. Speaking of that, remember, the 1K giveaway is coming up soon. One of you guys is going to win a pair of Jordans. I know I said it in the beginning of the video, but I'm going to say it again. Now, getting back to this. Plug it in, you're ready to play. The coolest thing about this thing is when you plug it up and you first power it on and everything's ready to go, it actually asks you to scan your eyeballs, and it puts a black screen and it has a little red dot. Now imagine my fingers being that red dot, and it just goes, side to side like this. You follow it with your eyes, kind of like you're following my finger right now as I move it around. So you're following with your eyeballs. After the thing syncs up with your eyes, you can actually look at different parts of the screen, and lights will start flashing to wherever you're looking. I can't explain. It's like a circle of lights, and wherever your eyeballs move, the lights ring, and it's insane, dude. I've never seen anything like it. It's very cool technology. And actually, I'll say this too as we move through the review. The Horizon, like the menus, I could literally just look with my eyeballs. I didn't have to touch the controllers at all. And I could move through the menu settings just looking at them through the VR. It's insane. So again, very excited to see where Sony takes this technology. It's got a lot of scalability to it. I'll say that. The controllers are awesome. The vibration works great. When you pull back the bow and Call of the Mountain and Horizon, you can actually feel the bow stretching back. It's very immersive as you're climbing the rocks on the mountain, which you saw in the video earlier. You can actually feel it. The headset, it does have haptic feedback in the headset, so if something hits you, it actually vibrates your head. Now, of course, all that stuff is optional. You can turn everything off if you don't like it, but another cool thing that I wanted to point out, the cameras right here. Another thing about setup, you scan the room, it actually draws like mountains around like coffee tables or anything that's in the way, your TV in the back that you can't see that's in the background. It draws it into like a 3D platform around you, and then when you sync it, these things go up and it actually outlines it. It's just so, you'd have to see it to experience it, okay? The videos, watching it on TV does not do it justice, because you just like you're watching a video game. When you put this VR headset on, it literally feels like you're on a ride at Universal Studios. This feels like paying the price of admission to go to Universal Studios. It puts you in a completely different land. Now, you may say, Jamon, all VRs do that. They do. I agree with you 100%. What I will say is that this one is far more advanced than anything I've played. I've played the ones that, like, when you go out to like bowling alleys and stuff, and they have the actual VR games. Those are cool, with the goggles hanging down. You're worried about putting them on because other people have had them on. But yeah, those are okay. It's light years ahead of the PSVR 1. I will say that now. It blows it out of the water. The 4K and the HDR in this thing is jaw-dropping. Also, the Meta Quest, the Oculus, I've played those. This blows it out of the water. So as of right now, for me, if you're going to get a VR and you own a PlayStation 5, this is the way to go. I wouldn't look at anything else. Again, I know it's expensive. That is a downer. But this thing is immaculate. It's fun, and I cannot wait to continue playing the games that they have out there. I'm really anxious for some horror games to come out for this bad boy. Oh, and one last thing. I was talking about the audio. The headset that comes with it is garbage. That's the only, I'm just going to be honest, Sony, that was garbage. I did not use my digital headset that I have for my PlayStation 5. I actually just turned my TV up and was listening to it that way. I will come back in the comments and let you know if my headset that's PlayStation, the PlayStation headset that you get, works with this guy. It should. Here, let me get it and just show it to you guys real quick. So, this guy right here is what I'm talking about. So we'll see if this works with the PlayStation. Another thing is design, y'all. The PlayStation they seem to keep with this eggshell white design, similar colors for the actual PlayStation 5. But anyway, guys, this review is running long. I appreciate you staying through with me. This thing's a 10 out of 10 for me. If you have the money and you have your priorities straight in life, go out and grab this guy if you can find it. It's an absolute blast to play. And again, can't wait for future state technology on this bad boy right here. So yeah, it's a buy for me. I'm happy with the purchase. Sony, PlayStation, you guys knocked out of the park on this one. All right, starting back tomorrow, we'll be back with some shoe reviews for you. I got an unboxing of a pair of nice running shoes that I want to show you guys. But until then, it's Jamon. I'm signing out, and I hope you enjoyed the tech video today. Peace.